What up, KBG, man? We back with another video.
Hey.
We got Insanity Body Cam, y'all. We got man kills detective after sneaking gun into interrogation.
How did he manage to do that?
That's what I'm saying. Don't need check you and
Check
everything
you
before you
and-
go in there. I don't know, man.
Like,
I'm confused, but the only way we're gonna find out is we get into it, man. Snack up, gang.
To it.
Let's go. You handcuffed, right?
it looked like he handcuffed.
Yeah, and we look at the cigarette and we had talked to my girl for 1 second. I'll go down there, you know.
This is the moment a handcuffed man in custody caught 2 DEA agents off guard.
Was it? Was he our guy? Right there. That's our guy. Stupid mother. Why'd you do that?
What officers did.
Why didn't y'all check him before he came in there for that to happen?
Right.
What?
And then how he grabbed the gun? That he
That's
was
what I'm-
handcuffed like this.
Because you can still do a lot with your hand like that, though.
Oh.
You know, he looked like he probably been in jail before. I mean, it ain't hard to still move them cuffs or whatever like that, man. Damn.
Damn, man.
Why'd you do that?
What officers didn't realize was that he had warned them about this exact moment years earlier. And just hours before this, they'd made a critical mistake that made it all possible.
Said it took years earlier. Yeah, he looked like he done been in jail
In the
before.
early hours of May 16th, a Callaway County father heard what sounded like a gunshot outside his family's home. Concerned, he stepped out to investigate only to find a vehicle blocking his driveway, with a fully loaded assault rifle clearly visible in the back seat. Afraid that someone dangerous might still be nearby, he immediately called the police. An officer was quickly dispatched to the scene, unaware that this call would soon lead them to one of the county's most wanted fugitives, whose deadly revenge plan would cost an officer his life.
Well, first of all, we got a plate that doesn't belong on this vehicle.
Well, there's a machine gun or something. AK-47 or whatever, fully loaded magazine.
Hey, Chief. Well, he said the neighbor lives here. She left. She came over and said something to them. Doesn't know whose vehicle it is. It's got this rifle in the back. The plate doesn't come back to this vehicle. I see a needle cap up here in the floorboard. Yep.
Officers found the car unlocked with an assault rifle clearly visible in the back seat, and a needle cap on the floorboard, suggesting possible drug use. The plates were fake, but when deputies ran the vehicle's identification number, it revealed something far worse. The car belonged to a notorious criminal, one whom the DEA had been chasing for months.
Wow.
Gary Rowland, a 30-year-old parolee with multiple outstanding warrants, who had been quoted saying, "I'm never going back to prison alive." Knowing that Gary was likely in the neighborhood, officers narrowed down their search, and through CCTV and witness reports, they were quickly able to locate him at an apartment complex nearby. They moved in and made the arrest without incident. Before Gary was transported to jail, however, he surprised deputies by offering critical information about local narcotics and firearms trafficking in exchange for a reduced sentence. So instead of going to jail, they took him to the police station for questioning, unaware that this decision would lead to the murder of one of their colleagues just hours later. This is Gary, and he's just been brought into the interrogation room. What the officers don't realize at this moment is that due to an incomplete search, he's managed to sneak in a knife and a loaded pistol,
Damn.
both hidden in his waistband.
Somebody will get in trouble. Big time.
This is Jody Cash and his colleague, Donald Bowman, both members of a DEA task force. Worth knowing is that Detective Jody actually has history with Gary. Back in 2017, Jody managed to arrest him on drug and firearms charges, offenses that sent him to prison for years. What neither Cash nor Bowman knows is that Gary is armed, and one of them won't make it out alive.
Damn,
My
boy.
understanding of the office. Yeah, we had a cigarette and we had to talk to my girl for 1 second. I forgot y'all ready on. I don't know about the girl, like, they tell me with the smoking house smoke, but I just go around with a cigarette.
Naturally, officers wanted to hear everything Gary had to say, so they let him take a smoke break. But this would turn out to be a mistake.
Oh,
Hell,
Gary is then
man.
escorted outside of the building for his cigarette break. When they return to the room, surveillance footage shows that Gary has pulled his right pant leg up to just below the knee, making the weapon much easier to reach. Then, Gary asks for one more favor, one that would cost a deputy his life.
You do shows. But you're not gonna call it. You know, you didn't do much for us. You know, right now here, keep my call like some they call that information. He's no stranger. You know. So realistically, we're looking at we really know what that is.
he should be handcuffed in the back.
Look at he handcuffed her over.
We'll get along with that.
Oh, yeah, he's still handcuffed. Oh, yeah.
You know, you can't do this all day. Okay. Bring the team, bring you like one hand and one the other. I got that one. I'm enjoying that.
I think they should have had him handcuffed in the back. How many of y'all agree with that? He should have been handcuffed in the back, or if he was handcuffed in the front, he should have had a black box on him. You know what that black box is?
No.
Like when they go into court and stuff like that, they have the chain wrapped around them with the handcuffs on them with the box, so they can't do nothing like this. You can't. But it's still he should have been in the back. That shouldn't. Yeah, ain't no excuses.
Should have been searched.
Yeah, search too.
Well, you know, stop it again, but I guess they wanted him
You feel comfortable?
to feel comfortable and they feel like he could trust them. And that's probably what you know.
They're gonna have to stop that.
Yeah.
Believing they're on the verge of obtaining crucial information, deputies Cash and Bowman grant Gary's request again. They follow him outside, but this time, they won't be coming back. Gary is standing in front of the building, with Deputy Bowman to the left and Deputy Jody Cash to the right. A colleague can be seen arriving for his shift, walking into the building, completely unaware of the tragedy that was just seconds away. And as soon as he makes it inside,
Damn. Damn. Crazy.
Nick, someone didn't search him.
That's someone gonna get in trouble,
Oh
boy.
yeah.
It was in his waistband.
You get time.
Hell yeah.
You get time, boy. Whoever that person was.
They're supposed to search.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Go to Jody. Go to Jody first. Go to Jody first. Nick, go with Bowman and Jody's up here, man. Somebody's been Bowman, yeah. Hey, go sit somewhere else, Brian. He's unfortunate.
Damn, man.
I guess we didn't search good enough. Can't look up on his waist.
Yes.
44-year-old Jody Cash was transported to the hospital in critical condition, but tragically, he succumbed to his wounds shortly after and was pronounced dead. He had served in law enforcement for 22 years and has spent the last 2 on a special DEA task force. In the following weeks, an investigation was launched to determine how a convicted felon managed to smuggle a gun into the sheriff's office and kill.
Convicted felon. Yeah, that. Yeah.
Somebody
and it's not
get some
about
time,
making
boy.
nobody feeling comfortable.
Hell yeah.
Should have searched him.
How a convicted felon managed to smuggle a gun into the sheriff's office and kill a police officer. Based on the evidence gathered, investigators concluded that that day, no one searched Gary thoroughly enough. In response, Deputy Jody Cash's wife, Karen Cash, and Deputy Donald Bowman filed a lawsuit
Hell yeah,
against law
can't blame 'em.
enforcement. The suit sought wrongful death damages for Cash's estate and emotional trauma compensation for Bowman, who developed PTSD and could no longer work in law enforcement. A settlement was reached in September 2023. As for Gary Rowland, he was shot 12 times and
Damn.
eventually died at the scene of the shootout. When his gun was recovered, investigators found a jammed casing, meaning that Gary's weapon malfunctioned. A lucky break that prevented any more officers from losing their lives.
Lucky you did, boy. When the person say that, boy, he said he wasn't going back. Boy, he meant that he wasn't going back.
And he did warn them, right? He did told them about that before, but I guess they didn't.
And then he had sweatpants and stuff on. And I'm surprised it didn't fall. Like, he must have had the string tied up on that thing tight, boy.
Yeah, somebody got in trouble.
They took him out 2 times. Like, y'all try to make somebody feel comfortable. 2, like, come on, man. At the end of the day, you still...
But I guess they didn't figure, because they probably cut, like they said that he was supposed to get searched. So he did get searched, but they didn't search him good enough.
Yeah, they
so
didn't
that's
know
probably
that.
why they did that, because,
Right.
they wanted him to feel comfortable, like, okay, you tell, and somebody already searched him, so they ain't got nothing to really worry about.
That's true.
So
Well, I hope a lot of agencies pay attention to videos like this, man. Always double checking. They say they searched them. Search them again. You coming in here, let me just lift your shirt up and make sure you ain't got nothing on you, man. That was senseless and crazy.
that's definitely what's senseless.
Man, y'all let us know y'all thoughts down below in the comment section. That was by Insanity Body Cam. Check out the channel if y'all haven't already. What else y'all want to see us react to, man? Drop it down, fam. We love y'all. We catch y'all next one.
Catch y'all next one.